Okay, morning we discussed some of the sites. One is whenever your email is compromised. So what is the site I have used? I have been prompt. So if you want to check your email is being compromised, you can go for this site and just type your email ID. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen now? Yes. Just enter your email ID and check it. So if your email ID is prompt, then you can get the how many beaches or how it is compromised in which website is compromised. You can see here. So everyone, can you see my screen? Please respond. Okay. So I'll say some tools now. Cracker tools. Okay. One is a claim and able. Is a claim and able here. So you can download for the Windows 10 8.7 here. So this is a cracker tool. So some more tools, attackers on the network, mainly on Wi-Fi networks, whatever it may be. One is a CVE details. So the CVE-details.com mainly for vulnerabilities of various software listed here in this. Another one is GFI LANguard. You can see GFI LANguard. For network vulnerability scanner, this is used. You can enter any large number of IP addresses here. Next one, Nmap, mainly for scanning the range of IP addresses. Can you see my screen? Once again, I'm asking. Please respond in chat box. Okay. So for Nmap, mainly used for scanning the range of IP addresses here. Next one is Nessus. So Nessus is the best software, but it is a very costly. Big organizations uses the Nessus here. So how many attacks you can see in daily life? So what is the site? Cyber Threat Map. So live cyber threat map checkpoint. You can click on this. So India, you can click on India. Okay, how many attacks, current rate, malware type trends you can see for the banking trojans, cybercriminal, botnet, mobile ransomware. So these are different attacks you can see here. So click on any country, Russia, Canada, or it may be. So how many attacks you can see in a daily life? Attacks on this day, these number of attacks you can see, and these many current rate you can see here, this side. Click on this. Is a local time we are showing this 6/9. So financial services, financial consulting, telecom, manufacturing, insurance. These are different types of attacks you can see here. Real map you can see. You can rotate the, yeah. Can click on the India. You can see that eighth most attacked country. One morning I shown it is ninth. Now it is eighth. Depends upon the attack per day. Okay. So these many malwares you can see here. It is increasing. It's live. You can see live here. You can rotate whatever the country you want to see. You can see here. Nothing now. Canada, Greenland. Okay. So now we'll go for that portion. First concept is introduction of information security here. So what is the information security? It is a well-informed sense of assurance that information risk and controls are in a balance. So the history of information security started with the computer security, began with the first mainframes were developed, and groups developing code breaking computations created first modern computers here. So physical controls are needed for limiting the access to authorize the personnel. So in 1960s, Advanced Research Project Agency called as ARPA. So ARPA stands for ARPANET, is the first wide area packet switching network with distributed control and one of the first networks to implement TCP/IP. One of the first network to implement TCP/IP protocol suite here. So like TCP/IP protocol, maybe to a 1822 protocol. Okay. So this ARPA beginning examining the feasibility for redundant networks here, network communications you can say. For that we can have one R609 document that start the study of computer security generally. So R609 is a information security begin with the RAND report R609. The scope of this R609 of computer security grew from physical security to include the safety of data. One is limiting the unauthorized access to the data. Limiting unauthorized access is nothing but only authorized persons can access your information. Providing security for your data. Yes. So later in 1970s, the fundamental problems with ARPANET security were identified here. So no safety procedures for dial-up connections generally we are using in those days, and user identification and authorization to systems were non-existent there. And in later 1970s, there's a microprocessor expanded here. Microprocessor expanded computing capabilities and the security threats here. In 1990s, again, there's a start of networks of computers became more and more common here, and they are interconnected, the networks which result the internet here. Nothing but global of networks, global network of networks, you can see. Okay. In early internet deployments, security was treated as a low priority. Present, million of computers networks into communication. Many of them are unsecured, and ability to secure each now influenced by the security on every computer to which it is connected, you can see. So there's a Multex. Multex is nothing but multiplex information and computing service. This is the first operating system created with the security as a primary goal. So after that, mainframes, time-sharing operating system developed in mid-1960s. So several Multex key players created Unix network program, Unix programming, Unix operating system, and primary purpose of Unix was only for the text processing here. So the documents, you can see various documents in early 1984 for computer security. So what is a security now? Security is nothing but you can say a quality or a state that will be a secure, that should be a free from the danger, you can say. So any successful organization should have multiple layers of security in the place here. For example, if you take, you can see different types of securities. It may be a physical security, it may be a personal security, it may be a cyber security, operational security, communication security, network security, and information security here. So what is a physical security first? So protection of some personal hardware. Can you see my screen? Please respond in chat box. Okay. Personal hardware, and can it be programs? It may be a networks and data, whatever data you have, and it may be a event that cause serious losses, and maybe a damage to your enterprise or agency, whatever it may be institution. So it includes some protection from the fire, natural disasters, terrorism. Okay, now, and it also often overlooked in the favor of technical issues like viruses. It's no viruses. What is a virus? Virus is also used for the worm that replicates by affecting itself to the other programs. Let's discuss what is a virus. Trojans So Trojan is nothing but a program that may be hidden instruction, enabling to carry some malicious act. Example, you can take the capturing of passwords, Trojans, spywares, maybe same as a Trojan here, spywares. So the physical security, in physical security, there are three main components of physical security. One may be obstacles that can be placed in way of potential attackers, and sites can be hardened against the incidents and some environmental disasters here. So for such measures, we may include multiple locks. You can say multiple locks for your organization, for your institution. There may be some fencing throughout the around the college, fencing walls. It may be a fireproof, and maybe some safeties may be using for the physical security. Okay. Next one is the other physical security component is surveillance and notification systems can be placed. Just example, you can take lightning, heat sensors, smoke detectors, intrusion detections, alarms, and different cameras you can place. CC cameras, you can see the CC cameras in your college. Third method can be implemented to apprehend the attackers, which may damage your asset here and recover quickly from the fire and natural disasters here. Yes. So what is the personal security then? So personal security protect individual or group of individuals. So who are authorized to access the organization and its operations is called as a personal security. So if anyone want to come and beat you, providing your security, you want to have some security for yourself here. Protect individual or group of individuals. So who are authorized to access some organization or operations, whatever it may be. Next one is the operation security. So operation security is nothing but provide the details for particular operation or set of activities, you can say. Next, communication security. So communication security mainly prevent unauthorized interceptors here. What is interceptors? Interception is a passive attack. Okay, the information can be only observed but cannot be modified. It's nothing but a passive attack. Yes. So prevent unauthorized interceptors from accessing the telecommunication systems here. Telecommunication systems in intelligence form, you can say. So what are the fields? There are different fields can be included in the communication security. It may be a crypto security and transmission security and traffic flow security. And also have the physical security in the communication security. So we have one department called as a COSMIC. So COSMIC is nothing but a United States Department of Defense culture. Okay, generally used to protect both classified and as well as the unclassified traffic in the military communication networks here. So this can include voice, data, as well as the video. So mainly used for unlock. I think what is you know what is unlock? Unlock and digital. So used for both analog as well as the digital applications, and also used in both wired as well as the wireless net links. You can say crypto security is nothing but is a component of some communication security. You can say, which includes ensuring some message like confidentiality, authentication. Okay, so mainly concerned with the communication medias, technologies, and coming to the network security, it is a consists of some provisions and policies here. So every organization maintains some policies. Even our college maintains some policies here. Every organization maintains some policies. All policies should be adopted by the network administrators. Okay. In network security, the policies and provisions should be adopted by the network administrators. But coming to the organization, these policies should be maintained by the provided by the adopted by the your upper management here. So to prevent some, so these policies and provisions generally prevent and monitor unauthorized access and avoid some misuses here, avoid some modifications, and avoid some denial of computer networks. Yes, network security also covers variety of computer networks here, both public as well as the private here. So networks can be a private, such as within a company is an example for that. And network security can be involved in different organizations, enterprises, institutions. So which secures the network and protect the network. So for protecting the network resource, it is assigning some unique names here they're using for that, and also use some strong passwords or corresponding passwords. Strong passwords. Yes. So what is the information security then? It's a protection of information from the critical elements. It may be include some hardware, it may be include some store, and it may include some transmit to that information. All this comes under the information security. So protection of information and its critical elements, including systems, hardware, and use, store, and transmit the information. So the necessary tools are, one is a policy. So what is a policy? Every organization maintains some policies here. Every student come at 9:30. By 9:30, faculty and staff should come at 9:30. There's some procedures, some policies are there. Even if you go for organization after completing a BTech, so there every organization maintains some policies and give some awareness programs. When you go for training for 6 months, okay, the company will show the security posters, policies, and provide some awareness programs, trainings, education, and learn some technologies in the first 6 months here. So you want to understand what are the policies, what are security posters, what is awareness. They conduct some awareness programs so that you can not misuse any policies in your organization. So first 6 months they will teach this only. What are the policies? What are the security posters you want to learn? What is the awareness to do the job? and training on education, technology also they will to make you learn here. So there's a CIA triangle. So CIA triangle was firstly we can call it as a CNSS model. CNSS stands for Community CNSS Committee on National Security Systems, which defines the protection of information and its critical elements. You can say, like it may be hardware, it may be a use, or it may be a store, it may be a transmit of information. So CNS model is developed by the computer security, okay, industry called as a CIA triangle here. So CIA triangle is a industry standard for the computer security since the development of your mainframes. So it is based on three characters. One is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So what is a confidentiality? Confidentiality is nothing but secrecy or privacy. Integrity, without modifying your information, without altering your information. Okay, it's nothing but a integrity. Availability. So what are the resources you have? It should be used by only the authorized persons. Example, you can take your organization, your institution, your library. So the books can be available only for the staff, the faculty members, as well as the students who are authorized. So these resources can be available only for the authorized users here. Yes or no? So we'll discuss some key information security concepts here. So not only the security services, not only the attacks. So you want to understand some key concepts, security concepts in the information security. First one is if you understand these terminologies, you can understand the subject. So I'll go very briefly each and everything. Uh, First one is the access. So what is access? There are different access, authorized access, hackers access here. So authorized users have the legal access to a particular system in an organization. Hackers have the illegal access to a system. Yes or no? A subject or object, a definition is nothing but a subject or object, ability to use, manipulate, modify, affect another subject or object. You can say access is nothing but. Simply example, I can say authorized users as well as the unauthorized users. It may be hackers. So authorized users have the legal access to a system, and hackers have the illegal access to a system here. So coming to the asset. So what is asset? So asset may be hardware. If you take your organization example, so you are the asset for your organization. Faculty is an asset for organization. Your computers is an asset for your organization. Okay, no? Your buildings is asset for your organization. Everything. So organization's resources that is being protected is nothing but an asset here. So asset can be a logical. So logical or maybe a physical. What is a logical again? If you take the organization, what is a logical thing? Logical assets. Example, I can take a website. The best example for your logical asset. What are the information you store on the website and data? So is asset, logical asset. Next, physical asset. Example, Physical asset, you can chart, no problem. Physical asset, it may be a person. Yes. Your computer system, example. Is a physical asset, you can say. So attack, what is an attack? So what is an attack? So attack may be intentional or unintentional act that may cause some damage or compromise your information. So we discussed yesterday different types of attacks. It may be a passive attack or it may be an active attack. So what is a passive attack? Passive attack is nothing but the whatever the information is sending from the sender, it cannot be modified. It can only observed by the intruder here. It is nothing but a passive attack. Active attack, the information can be modified by the intruder or opponent by the or hacker, is nothing but an active attack. Okay. Next, we also have some another thing, intentional and unintentional. What is intentional? So hacker sometimes attempt to break the information system intentionally. It's nothing but an intentional attack. Unintentional attack, it may be some lightning of strike. It may cause some fire to your buildings unintentionally. Yes, it is nothing but an unintentional attack. Another one you also have direct attack or indirect attack. What is a direct attack? Hacker uses the personal computer to break your information system here. So indirect attack, hacker compromises system and using it for the attack for other systems here. Indirect attack. So next one, coming to the control, safeguard or countermeasure. What is a control, safeguard or countermeasure? So we can have the for controlling this type of attacks, we can have some security mechanisms. We can have the policies again. Procedures. So these security mechanisms are again different encryption techniques or encipherment. It may be a public key encryption or symmetric encryption. So what are the mechanisms you are using for providing your security for your organization? All comes under the security mechanisms here. And policies may be used by organizations, and policies and procedures may be used by organizations. Depends upon the organization's asset here again. So these security mechanisms, policies, procedures successfully counter the attacks here, which may reduce the risk, resolve the vulnerabilities, improve the security in the organization. Okay, which can safeguard your organization. Next, coming to the exploit. So what is the exploit? It is a technique used to compromise a particular system. So it is an exploit comes under the Trojan viruses here. So threat may be exploit a system here. Next, coming to the loss. So loss is nothing but exploit is the same as the exploit here. Coming to the loss is nothing but a it may be some information is stolen. It is a loss. If it is suffered with a loss, you can say. If some damage may be happen to our asset, it is a loss. Next, coming to the protection profile and security posture, we need a security blueprint. It's also called as a security blueprint. So what is a security blueprint? It can maybe a protection profile and a security posture, you can say. So entire set of controls and safeguards, including policy, education, training, awareness technologies that organization implement to protect your asset is nothing but a security blueprint here. Okay. Next, risk. So probability is something unwanted happening to your organization will happen to your organization is nothing but a risk here. Subjects and objects. Computer can be either subject or attack or object of an attack, you can say. Coming to the threat. Threat is a category of objects or a persons that presents a danger to your asset here, provide some danger to your asset here. And another one is a threat agent. It is nothing but a specific instance or a component of a threat. Coming to the vulnerabilities, vulnerabilities can be called as a fault or a weakness in a system, which protection of mechanism that opens to attack or damage, you can say. Flaws in your software. Example, you can take the flaws in your software. The best example, vulnerability. So unprotected system port, unlocked doors. All this comes under the vulnerabilities here. So these are the key information security concepts to understand the information security in future. So you can see some examples here. If a computer is an subject or object of attack, the information the hacker tries to send the request and store the information here. So another important concept is critical characteristics of the information here. So main important concept may be getting for 5 marks. So value of information comes from the characteristics it possesses here generally. First one is the availability. So already discussed some of the concepts, some of the characteristics in the previous class. That is in the security services, I think. Availability, confidentiality, authentication, integrity, non-repudiation, availability. So all these comes under the security services here generally. So according to you, as it says in that critical characteristics of the information here. So first one is the availability. So example, you can take the library again. So library, so only authorized users can access information without any interference, you can say, or abstraction. And what are the format you want, or what are the required format you want, you can available from the library. What are the type of books you can want, you can available from the library. It is nothing but a availability. Only authorized users can access your information. It is nothing but a availability. Accuracy. Example, I can take the bank account. So why bank account? Information has accuracy when it is free from the mistakes or errors. So when you're doing any transaction, online transaction generally, so you want to enter the accurate bank account number so that there should be no error when you're doing some transaction. Accuracy should be maintained. Authenticity. Example, you can take email spoofing. So authenticity, authentication. So information should be authenticated when it is information was originally created placed or stored or transferred, you can say. So there should be no reproduction of fabrication. Fabrication is nothing but, in previous class I discussed different types of attacks. Fabrication, there is no connection between the sender and receiver here, but intruder will make the connection, the opponent will make the connection to the receiver and send the information here. So there is no authentication. Email spoofings, all this comes under the authentication. Confidentiality, secrecy or privacy, you can say. So information as confidentiality when it's protected from the disclosures, you can say, or exposure of unauthorized individuals or systems. So number of measures to be protect the confidentiality of information. Example, information classification. You want to do some classification for your information. So which data should be stored in which department? For CSE, there is a department called as a CSE department. In a college, you have different departments. So we are doing some classification of information to secure data. Secure the document storage. Information classification is one thing. Next one is secure your document. Next one is apply some general security policies. So who can access this information? So who can access this information? Policies. In organization, so there are some rights for the every member here. So management can see only some information. Faculty can access some information. Students can access some information. So we are providing some general security policies for the applications, so that there's no steal of there's no stolen of your sensitive information. Okay. So example, you can take sensitive information of by the client. For the client, if you take the client name, address, yes, your credit card number, a debit card number, your CVV. So whatever it may be, it is a sensitive information. You cannot reveal it. All comes under the confidentiality. Integrity. So information has integrity when it is a whole, complete, or uncorrupted. So I said in previous class, integrity is nothing but there's no alter of your information. There's no modification of information. There's no addition of your information. All comes under the integrity here. Okay. So information is threatened when it is a exposed or a corrupted here. You can say damage or destruction. So example, you can take for this integrity, your computer viruses, all comes in the integrity here, or worms. Yes, worms. And you can also use the noise in transmission is also an example for integrity. Noise in transmission media. Yes. Transmitting some data and circuit with low voltage, which can alter and corrupt the data here. Noise in transmission media. All this comes under the integrity. Next, coming to the utility. So utility is a quality or state have been value for some purpose or end, you can say. So information has some value, but it serves as a for particular purpose. If information is not available, what is the use of if it not in a particular format meaningful to the end user, then it is a not useful here. Utility. Position. So it is a quality or state of ownership or a control. So an organization has some positions for every individual here, for your department HOD sir, for college principal, So quality or state of ownership you're taking for a particular control or for a particular asset, you can see. Is nothing but a position. So tomorrow class, we'll discuss the remaining concepts. I think all of you enter your attendance.